Welcome back to Growing with Sewing. My name is Bryton Zoz. If you're unfamiliar with how this show goes, essentially this series is all about getting better at sewing as we progress through this designer collection. We have 12 pieces in this collection. So far we have made 1 through 3. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. The item that we're going to be making today is called the Loopless shorts. So far in this collection we've made a hoodie, we've made pants, and we've made a t-shirt. All of them have the same materials and all of them have the same design language. Today, when we're doing these shorts, we're gonna do it in the same exact manner. We're gonna tear the threads of this older pair of shorts that I have. We're gonna use the patterns to cut our new pieces. We're just gonna sew that up and we're gonna add our own custom design on it. And by the end, we'll have a product that we can call the Loopless shorts. So we're just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. I just wanna show the designs that we have here real quick. This is the design that we're gonna be taking on today. This design isn't too far off with how we did the loopless pants, so I'm gonna copy the same exact design principles that we used with the loopless pants, and we're just gonna make them shorts today. Let's get straight into it by cutting up the shorts real quick. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump to when we have the short pattern. So we got our pieces cut out here, and it's almost exactly like how the pants were, except shorter. Like I said, we're gonna be taking the same exact design principles. All of these pieces here need to be cut out with our tan material, and everything else is gonna be cut out after. I don't have the best sketch, and I didn't really come up with the best mock-up before we were doing this one, so just like the last episode, we're gonna be kind of freestyling. We're gonna take this, we're gonna draw out our patterns, and then we're gonna cut out our main pieces. The first thing that we got to do is make the body of it. We're gonna go ahead and trace out our pieces here. Let's go ahead and set these to the side. So here's our material. So the body doesn't even have that many pieces to it. So we're just gonna go piece by piece. We're gonna mark them off. Now I severely f***ed up these cuts, but that's okay. So similar to all the other previous episodes, we're just gonna be adding an inch or two onto them. All the main pieces here. So now we have the additional pieces that are all going to be the same color. We're not going to be using a waistband or any of that. That's what our pocket's gonna look like. The reason I cut out the pocket first is because I want all the pocket shapes to be the same, and they all don't look the same. So I'm just cutting one out, and I'm just gonna make this the same exact, one. So I ran and got some rocks so that we can hold these down. I have all the outlines done, so now we're just gonna go through and cut them. This is our waistband. These are the 4 pockets. This is piece number 1, piece number 2, piece number 3, and piece number 4. So now that we have pieces 1 through 4, we're able to take those on top of our different colored sheets, and we're able to draw out the pattern that we want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna line these up as if the body was already stitched together. We're gonna line the lines that we wanna line up, and then we're gonna draw the line. You know, it's fairly simple. We'll go through this quickly. So none of our designs are gonna go past the bottom half of the shorts. So essentially I'm gonna draw 2 lines here. So the first line is gonna be, yeah, because all these are gonna go, yeah. So for the loopless pants, we ended up dyeing the base of the pants brown, and then we added more layers over top of it that were lighter colors. For this one, we're gonna do the complete opposite. The base is gonna be made out of the tan material, and then the layers are gonna stack to make darker layers. So we just drew the design on each of these. We're gonna outline these shapes onto a different material. So these are the 2 different colored materials that we're gonna be working with today. We'll go ahead and start with this lighter brown. All right, so the light brown material is gonna be this one. So you can see that we can bring this up to like right here, and we'll be good. So we're gonna start by tracing the very edges of it. And then I'm gonna grab this. It's gonna plot out some general points. Okay, all right, now that we got those pieces traced, let's go ahead and cut them out. Like after we cut them out. And lastly, we have our dark brown piece. The last few pieces are going to be cut out of this one. Same exact method, just doing the darker brown piece this time. All the pieces, so let's go ahead and I just want to do a little stack up. All right, these are shorts, these are pockets, these are the waistbands. So now that we've gone through, we put together our patterns and we've came up with our design. We look at one of these. It's almost exactly like how we did our pants. We're just gonna sew each of these on top of each other, and then once they're all sewn to each other, we're just gonna sew them together like they're a normal pair of shorts. I'm just gonna get started by sewing the light brown piece to the tan piece, and then the dark brown piece to the everything. After we get that first layer, that's kind of what it looks like. So then now we're gonna go ahead and take this 3rd layer, and we're gonna go pin it right over the 2nd layer. Gives us that fade effect. So we're gonna go ahead and take it straight down. So now that we have both of those stitched on, it's kind of what it looks like. Let's cut to when we have these all sewn together. design pieces settled here. We have our 4 body pieces, and all of our loops are completely cut out and they're stitched on top of our body pieces. So we got piece 1, piece 2, piece 3, and finally piece 4. I'll go ahead and demonstrate what I mean real quick. When all these pieces attach together, all those seams are gonna end up lining together. So I'll show you guys what I mean here real quick. Let me go ahead and grab my camera. All right, so these are our shorts, and this is what we're looking at the front. This is the very front of the shorts. Right-hand side of the shorts, left-hand side of the shorts. We're looking at the piece that's gonna get stitched up right here, right next to it, so that it curves all the way around the body. This is gonna be the piece that fits onto that side. You can see that these curves, they line up. So these 2 edges are gonna connect back to each other to make that leg loop. You see this is gonna be seamed up against this one, and those seams just kind of align. I mean, they're not perfect, but once everything is sewn together, you'll get the idea of that, you know, it's a full loop around, just like how the loopless pants were. And then I'll show you one more time for what the other side looks like. So this is the front of the shorts. Left side is gonna get this one. You see if we line this one against the bottom to the other side, those that match up. Yeah, we have all the pieces cut, we have all the designs set aside. So the next step is gonna actually be putting together the shorts. Because we're running out of daylight here, we're gonna go ahead and do that tomorrow. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump to tomorrow, so. All right, and we are back for day 2 of the loopless shorts. Last day we set aside everything just to, you know, put it together. So that today we're gonna go ahead and put everything together and actually end up with the shorts. So we only have about 9 pieces here. We have the front 2, the back 2, we have the 4 pieces for the pockets, and we have the round waistband. So we're gonna just be assembling each of them together. The first thing that we're gonna do is attach the pockets to the shorts, and then we're gonna attach the back side and then the front side together and then sew up all the stitches. But before we do that, we're gonna have to cut these out to make sure that they're all the same length, because each pocket is a different size here, because I cut the patterns wrong. So those are those 2 pockets. As far as what I'm seeing, I may be mistaken, and if I'm mistaken, I'll let you know. But I think we just sew this curved edge first, and then we attach them to the front shorts and then the back shorts, and then we just bring everything together by the pockets. Might be right, might not. We'll see. That's what this is about. So now that we have our pocket put together, we can see, the little pouch that it kind of sits in. So this pouch gets attached to these pants right here, and to these shorts right here. Essentially just gonna stitch it along that line. Everything down, that creates a solid line for us to sew up against. So that's the first thing that we're going to actually do here, is we're just going to take these 2 lines, these 2 right here, and we're just going to go straight down right there, top to bottom, and that should attach everything in the way that we want it to. I like this way of doing pockets a lot better. The way that the pants had the pockets, it was like one big piece. But this one, they are 2 larger pieces, and so it makes a really big pocket, and I like the way that it fits on. I feel like this was a lot easier to actually construct than the pants. So I'm reverse engineering this so well. Is actually going to get a top stitch right here. Might as well do that now. Okay, there you go. So that's everything on that side. So now we're just going to do the same on the other side. So now that we have the pocket stitch on the front like that, we pull it to the back, and then this gets this, like that. All right, so now that we have the second pocket attached, you're gonna lay this face down, take this one, and then get this straight edge, and then line it up against with this straight edge. All right, so now that these two are pinned, we're just gonna sew down that line. So I'm just gonna flatten this out so I can pin these to the top, and then sew these down. All right, so we got each of those together. That includes the pocket. So that's this is the left, and this is the right piece. So that leaves us with 3 pieces that we need to attach to each other. This being the last one. This is gonna be done last, so I just wanna make sure that we have the actual body of the shorts done first. So this is top right here. It's facing upside. So we're gonna take top left, and we're just gonna mirror that down on it. So you can see that leaves us with this part right here and this part right here. We're gonna have to trim these off to, make the lengths fit, because these are not the same. All right, I have everything done. The shorts are finished. I didn't realize I wasn't recording my audio for the past hour and a half. So there are some things and explanations that were cut out. So we're gonna do a quick showcase of this real quick. And I wanna demonstrate some lessons that I've learned. There are some corners that we did skip to get to the final product, and I did that for a few reasons. We cut out the base pieces, we attached the base pieces onto each other, then we attached 2 of the side pieces together, then we attached both of those side pieces to make the whole short, and then we added the waistline. We cut a few corners when it came to actually finishing the garment. These edges are rough, they aren't finished, and some of these mismatch. You can see that this one matches up, but again, these edges are still super rough. I'm just gonna leave them like that. It's again a prototype. I'm not finalizing these designs anytime soon, but we have something that we can definitively call it. Something that is a little bit messy here is the Sharpie lines from when I was actually drawing out the patterns on the original piece. In the future, those aren't going to be there, as well as some stitch lines and where the things line up. These overall aren't perfect shorts, and this video probably isn't perfect either. But we do have the shorts completely finished, and on top of that, they're all put together. And so when we move on to the second prototype of these shorts, we can have some ideas of how to move forward better. So I'm going to go ahead and try these on real quick just to see how they fit, and then we're going to close the video off, and then that's about it for today. All right, so fit around the body is kind of what they look like. back looks like. That's how the shorts fit. So the shorts in total took about 2 days to make, maybe $30 worth of material to make in total. We had to buy new dyes, so I would say about $45 in total material cost to actually have this prototype up and running, as well as our 2 days of time actually spent creating the material. Our next episode is going to be actually up to a vote. We're going to be doing something new for the next episode. You guys have the option to take a vote on which piece from the collection is going to be next. So far we've created 4 prototypes from this collection. That means that we have 8 items left to create in this collection, and that means that we have 8 episodes. Or there's going to be a vote on nonparallel.io/thearchive. If you go to the archive to the fashion section, you'll have a chance to be able to vote on which episode is going to drop in the future. On the archive, you'll also find episode 1 through 3. This has been episode 4. My name is Bryton Zoz. It's been a wonderful time today, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.